And we are live. Okay. So welcome to this yoga and meditation-based offering of love. We are members of the Sacred Union Wellness Collective. Our mission is to serve the people through accessible, holistic practices. We are hoping to inspire connection, authenticity, self-determination, and resiliency. Today's class is a sampling of what a regular Hatha yoga class offers, with meditation, warming yin stretches, and active yang postures, as well as a shavasana rest at the end. The four of us will be offering a sampling of what we uniquely offer in our personal styles. Welcome. Maybe we can introduce ourselves in like the order that we'll be teaching.
Happy Sunday. My name is Herman. I'm from New York City. I'm currently in Orlando. I offer meditation sessions on Facebook and Instagram on 4 times a week. Mondays, on Wednesdays is in Spanish. So for all my Spanish speakers, los miércoles. Fridays and Sunday mornings. It's all about getting to just know yourself a little deeper, asking questions that maybe you probably wouldn't have thought about asking yourselves. And this whole month we're just focusing on love. So I'm very excited to offer love to you guys today.
Hi, I'm Erin. I teach primarily traditional Hatha yoga classes. Currently, I am teaching Tuesday afternoons. Thursday, I'm teaching hybrid classes, so in person and on Zoom classes. Thursday, I have 2 classes. I have a 4:45 and a 6 o'clock class on Thursdays. And then on Saturdays, I have an 11 o'clock that is a Zoom class. The Tuesday class is also just on Zoom currently. And my classes just vary depending on who is in attendance and what that given person needs on that given day. But it's a fairly gentle, moderate Hatha class geared for whatever you're needing on that day.
Good morning, I'm Colleen Runner, and I'm going to be teaching chair yoga, following Be More, Get Where You Sit from my teacher. And I encourage everyone to give it a try today. We're going to be teaching mat yoga, but also we'll be doing it all on the chair. So please come and join us. And my motto is do more of what makes you happy.
And I'm Asha. I use these pronouns. I teach mostly gentle, moderate classes, but I'm also loving to offer yoga nidra, as well as a specialty class called Internal Energy Awareness, which is embodied yoga philosophy. I also teach restorative classes, kind of depending on the month, maybe once a month. And those are just really beautiful, slow, deep classes. I like to offer classes that I would want to go to, which means slowing down and breathing a lot. And when do I teach? Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and yeah, some weekend stuff too. So a few logistical things for everyone who's joining us and joining the recording. We really encourage you to listen to your body. Colleen will be demonstrating, as she said, everything on the chair, and the rest, we're going to offer certain variations or certain places for you to be, but we really believe that you know your body best. So make yourself comfortable, make yourself cozy, be warm, have some water close by, and just make this your time too. So much love to you all.
Shall we get started? Oh, is that me? I'm sorry. Hey guys, so I want to start off with a little poem. Um, this is an original by myself, but you may only understand half of it. It's in Spanglish, so it goes back and forth between Spanish and English, but I promise you it's all love. So I believe sometimes life will get you down, but just keep stepping like a balada. Bailala y deja que el cuerpo te dirija a los sueños que se vuelvan realidad. Realize different alternatives to climbing out your pit. Add some congos and let the mambo guide your hips. Un pasito para adelante, un pasito para atrás. Suavecito pegadito, da la vuelta hacia acá. Bounce to the rhythm of this funky track. Put your hands in the air, up just like that. Celebrate the fact that you're still breathing, que cada segundo se merece celebrar. Una fiesta para la realidad, que las bendiciones vienen de la simplicidad. Take a second to appreciate the day you've woken up to, the loved ones who support you, and the energy that keeps you moving to the rhythm that you're listening to. The hip hop beats that flow through you, con un poquito de salsa para darle sabor. A bass of bachata to keep your feet moving. Y ahora repite conmigo, por favor. Voy a reír, voy a bailar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. I will not cry, I will laugh a lot to live my life llena de paz. Thank you so much for listening. I know there's a lot of things in life that, and a lot of reminders in life at the moment from media telling us that a lot of things are going wrong. And sometimes we just have to look inside to find the goodness. Something as small as waking up, making your bed, hugging someone for 10 seconds. Something as small as that can mean a lot in the world, especially at the moment. So we are here to offer you guys a little bit of love. And I hope during this 10-minute meditation, maybe we can appreciate a couple people and places or things in our lives. So with meditation, you don't necessarily have to close your eyes. I like to close my eyes because I'm very easily distracted, but you know yourself more than I do. Um, you don't have to be seated on the floor. You don't have to be cross-legged. You can be walking around. You can be sitting on a chair. You can be laying down. You can, whatever is most comfortable for you. I've even meditated just cleaning my room. um, but just find a comfy space where you feel like you can truly be yourself, where you can be comfortable, where you can just breathe. If you would like, you can close your eyes. But most importantly, let's just start by listening. Listening to all the sounds that make up this moment in your space. Let all the sounds just play with your eardrums as if it were music. Try to see if you can understand each sound as an instrument. It's all part of the melody or the background music of your world at this moment. Don't try your best not to discriminate against the sounds. Every sound is just a sound. There's no such thing as an annoying sound or a pleasurable sound. Doesn't matter if it's a plane passing by or people talking. Maybe somebody let something fall on the floor. part of the melody. It's all part of the moment. You may notice some internal sounds, maybe your heart beating, your breath. A lot of us have this one voice in our head, which is considered like a chatting monkey. You may hear him or her tell you, why are you doing this? Why are you sitting on this floor right now? We have a list of things to do today. But I remind you, you don't have to do what this voice tells you to. Just sit. Just listen. Ask yourself where that voice is coming from. Within all the sounds of this moment, see if you can find your breath. Wherever it is, don't try to control it. Just ask yourself, am I breathing through my nose or through my mouth? Am I inhaling or exhaling? Follow your breath as it enters your body and as it leaves your body. How does your body react to this breath? You may notice your body grow as you inhale. As you exhale, your body may begin to soften, relax. I would like us to take a moment and say thank you to this breath. For allowing us to be in this moment, for giving us life, for allowing us to navigate through this world. I want you to take this breath like your favorite flavor of ice cream. Breath to me is something very funny because on the daily, it is something we forget about because of its automatic nature. You don't have to think about it to breathe. But anything over 10 seconds without a breath, and the breath easily becomes the most important thing of your life. in this moment, enjoy this breath for all that it is, for reminding us that we deserve to be here in this moment. That breath you just took was made for you. Only you took that breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let's try that a couple times. Whenever you get to your inhale, I would like for you to say thank you. Whenever you get to your exhale, I want you to say the name of a person, place, or thing that you can be grateful for at this moment. Let's try to think of 3. Inhale, say thank you. Exhale, say the name. Don't say my mom, my aunt, my restaurant, my job. Say the name of this person, place, or thing that you can be grateful for. Once you've thought of your 3 things, names, I want you to think of 3 parts of yourself that you love. It can be physical, it could be mental, it could be a skill, maybe it's something you did, personality trait, but 3 things you love about yourself. Be specific. If it's your body, don't just say my body. Be specific. My cute little nose. If it's a personality trait, don't just say, I love that I am friendly. Give an example of a time when you were friendly. I love how I helped out this person this one time, for example. Remind yourself of your truth and the moments you've lived. Sometimes we call ourselves good, but we have a hard time believing it, just because we're only focused on the word. Remind yourself of instances and times when you were good or acted as good. I hope taking a moment to appreciate these things in your life at this moment that put you in a loving, grateful state of mind. We'll let Aaron continue to offer love.
Thank you so much, Herman.
Thank you, Aaron.
Staying connected to that nice deep breath we all have established now. From wherever you are, I encourage you to just bring your left knee in towards your chest. If you're laying down, you can bring it in towards your chest. If you're sitting in a chair, please follow Colleen's demonstrations. Or if you're just sitting up, you can keep your right leg forward and just bring that left knee in towards your chest, giving it a little bit of a hug, a little bit of a squeeze. Maybe take this moment to roll the ankle around a little bit, giving your ankle a little bit of love. Wiggle the toes around, saying good morning to the toes, bringing some love and energy all the way down to the toes. And then when you're ready, I invite you to just switch legs. So again, if you're sitting or if you're lying down, just straightening out the left leg, bringing the right leg in, gently rolling that ankle around, letting it crack if it wants to crack, wiggling those toes, letting them crack, just giving those legs just a little bit of a squeeze in. Slowly bringing ourselves into whatever comfortable seated position. So again, if you're on a chair, that's great. If you're sitting on the floor, you can sit in Sukhasana, easy pose, or if you prefer to just keep your legs out straight, if that's more comfortable for you. Again, we're listening to our body. We're loving on our body and doing what it feels is most comfortable to start out with this morning. So just taking a moment now that we're all sitting to feel our sits bones grounding into the earth, taking a few deep breaths, feeling that breath moving in through the nostrils, down through our chest, down into our belly. And as we're noticing the sinking down, the rooting down through our sits bones, through our belly. And our next inhale, I encourage you to bring your awareness to your shoulders and the crown of your head, your spine. If you can lift those up, rise up through the crown, keeping that spine nice and straight. And our next inhale, we're just going to bring our arms up over our head, palms facing each other. Really reaching with those fingertips up towards the ceiling, like you maybe just woke up, just got out of bed. If you want to gently look up towards your fingertips, you could do that. If that's too much for your neck, just keep your neck straight. And then dropping the left hand down by our hip, we'll take our right hand onto that left ear and just ever so gently bringing our head towards that left or that right shoulder. Just gently letting that left side of the neck stretch a little bit. And we're being very gentle with our bodies this morning. So just doing what feels good. And then we're going to go ahead and switch. So again, on your next inhale, rising up with that left arm onto our right ear and just gently bringing left ear towards left shoulder. Seeing how that feels in our neck. Notice there's any sensations there. And then bringing both hands down next to our hips, feeling again that grounding down through the hips, grounding down through the palms of the hands, and spreading the fingers wide and really grounding down. On our next inhale, bring our palms back up overhead. This time we're going to do a little seated Artichondrasana or seated crescent pose. So again, left hand will come down to left hip, and this time we're going to bring the whole body, the whole torso along with it, really feeling that stretch right along the right side of the body, reaching with those right fingertips, keeping this right sit bone grounded down. Oh, inhaling in, stretching, exhaling. If there's any parts of your body that are really feeling this stretch right here, think about inhaling in that love and sending it to that part of your body. Filling it up with that love and exhaling out any tension. When you're ready, we'll inhale back up to center and taking a breath here before we're switching sides. So this time, left arm will come overhead, reaching towards the right. You can keep that hand in close to your hip. You can bring it out farther if that's more comfortable for you. If there's using the bend in the elbow to control just how far over you're reaching. If you're reaching right here, that's perfect. However far your body wants to go this morning. And just staying connected to that breath. Okay, still breathing all the way into the belly. And when you're ready, we'll inhale back up to center. And exhale down with both hands grounding back down into the earth. We'll do the Artichondrasana again. This time we're just going to add in a little bit of more neck movement. So inhaling up and exhaling to the left. This time on our inhales, we'll turn our neck up to look at the ceiling and exhaling down to look at our hand, wherever that is resting next to us. So inhaling up and exhaling down. So you're moving at your pace, wherever your inhale is, really focusing on linking the breath with the movements, inhaling up and exhaling down. And we'll inhale back up to center and do that same thing on the right hand side. So again, placing that hand however close or far from the body this feels comfortable for you. And then inhaling to look up at the ceiling and exhaling to look down at your hand. And we'll do 2 more cycles of that at your pace. So really focusing on moving with your breath. And then when you're ready, we'll return to center. And we'll just do some little shoulder loosening movements. So just bringing both shoulders up to the ears for a moment. And then consciously bringing them back and down, feeling those shoulder blades come together on your back. So we'll do that 3 times. So again, bringing those shoulders all the way up to the ears, dropping them back, feeling those shoulder blades sliding down your back. And one more. And then we'll just make some circles. So bringing them forward, up, back, and down. And then reverse your circle. So bringing them back and then up, forward, and down. So now that our neck and shoulders are nice and loosened up, we're going to do Untitled. So it sounds very fancy. All we're doing is keeping one leg bent in and straightening out the other. I'm straightening out my left. Do whatever side feels good for you to go first. Again, if you're in a chair, you can still do this. Just follow along with Colleen. So just turning our torso to face that outstretched leg, making sure that our sits bones are both still grounded into the earth. And we're going to inhale up and hinge just as far forward as feels good in your body. If your head doesn't touch your knee, that's fine. If your hands don't touch your toes, that's fine. Just wherever your body lands. So you're in line with this leg. And then just sitting here and breathing for a few moments. So trying to let the neck go. And again, returning to that breath, inhaling long all the way into the belly. And exhaling. Inhaling, thinking about straightening that spine, reaching with the crown of the head. And exhaling, melting a little bit more, sinking a little bit more. Again, if there's any places in your body that need extra love right now, send it that love with your inhales. Breathing right into it. And when you're ready, we will inhale back up to center and switch. So whichever leg you had in will come out. And wherever this bent leg comes in is fine too. If your bent leg is here, that's fine. It doesn't need to be pulled all the way in, whatever feels good in your body this morning. And then again, we'll turn so we are facing this outstretched leg. Inhaling up, straightening, reaching with the spine, and exhaling to fold forward. Again, making sure we're maintaining that nice, deep, rhythmic breath. If your breathing has become difficult, back up a little bit. That's fine. You can also put a little bend in this straightened leg if that makes it feel better for you. Your leg doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You can even I've got a blanket here. Put a little blanket under your leg. Bend that knee up a little bit. And we'll release some of the tension along the back of that leg. And then just breathe. And be grateful for wherever your body is taking you right now. It doesn't have to look like everyone else's looks. Wherever your body is taking you, it's exactly where it needs to be. And when you're ready, we will inhale back up and just bring both legs out in front of us for a moment to feel our sits bones connected to the earth, our spine nice and straight. This is Dandasana, our staff pose. Just a chance to feel that grounding down through the lower body. Feel that rising up from the shoulders and the crown. Your next inhale, see if you can rise up just a little bit more. Can you make yourself just a tiny millimeter taller? And then we're going to do Paschimottanasana, which is just forward fold. So again, we're inhaling to straighten, exhaling to fold just as far forward as your body wants to go today. So if this is forward fold, this is forward fold. If you have a blanket or a pillow that you want to put down to maybe rest a head on, you can do that. Don't feel like you need to reach your toes. Don't feel like you need to get your head to your knees. Just whatever degree feels good in your body. It's going to allow you to maintain that breath. Inhaling, we're straightening that spine, reaching with the crown, and exhaling, melting just a tiny millimeter more, sinking in. Again, if your knees are bent a little bit, taking some of the strain out of the back of the legs, that's great. Whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale back up to a seated position. And we're going to do Artichondrasana, it's called. It's a seated spinal twist. So again, if you are in a chair, please follow with Colleen's spinal twist. If you're on the ground, you can keep one leg straight and bend one knee over. If you would like, you can bend this bottom leg in towards, keep the heel in towards the hip. It's whatever feels good in your body right now. So I have my right leg out straight. My left knee is bent over with this left foot on the floor. And again, just taking a moment to feel that both of my sits bones are touching the earth. If I'm crooked like this, I want to try to bring both hips down so they're touching. I'm inhaling to straighten my spine, and on the exhale, I'm turning towards my leg that's up. So my left leg is up, I'm turning towards my left. If your right leg is up, you're turning towards your right. Again, finding that deep breath. Using the hand that's behind you to adjust just how far into this twist you want to go today. What feels good in your body? And while you're here, bringing attention to your head and shoulders. Can you drop the shoulders away from the ears? Can you reach that crown of your head up towards the sky? Just a little bit more. And then when you're ready, we will return to center and switch legs. So again, if I had my left leg bent, this time I'll have my right leg bent. My left leg is out straight. If you wanted to bring that left leg in towards the right hip, feel free to do it that way. Otherwise, again, we're going to sit, rounding both our sits bones, inhaling and straightening that spine, and exhaling towards your bent leg. So my right leg is on top, so I'm bending towards or twisting towards my right. And I'm just twisting as far as feels good in my body right now at this minute. And it's really about giving your body the love and care that it needs, not about what your Ardha Matsyendrasana looks like what anyone else's looks like. Just being aware of what your body is asking for and what your body needs. Right here. We'll take one more breath here. And then returning to center for a moment, maybe shaking those legs out a little bit. Now we're going to move into some cat and cow postures. So again, if you are seated in a chair, please follow Colleen. You can do this sitting on the floor as well if you want to, or if you would like, we can come to hands and knees. So whatever feels good for you. If you don't want to come onto your knees, if that's an issue for you, you can certainly do it sitting down. You can also grab a blanket if you want and put it underneath your knees if your knees aren't feeling great with the floor right underneath them. So finding a nice stable tabletop position. So our shoulders are over our wrists, our hips are over our knees, back is as flat as we can make it. And we're just going to move it through some cat and cow cycles. So dropping the belly, bringing the chin up towards the ceiling, bringing the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, we're going to round the back, drop the head, drop the tailbone. Cat. And then inhaling again to reach that tailbone to the sky, reach your chin, drop that belly down. And then exhaling again, rounding up through the spine, dropping the tailbone, dropping the head. And we'll move through this, there are 3 more of your breath cycles. So again, really focusing on your inhales and exhales, moving at your pace while we transition to Colleen.
And when you're ready, come back to center. As we get ready for downward dog on the chair. Or if you like, you can do it on your mat. Bring one foot out. Bring the other foot out. Resting on your heels. Letting the toes come towards the ceiling. Engaging your toes, bottom of your feet and your ankles, your knees, your thighs, and your hips. Slowly let your torso come forward. Bring your arms up, shoulder width. Flip your hands at the wrist. And let the shoulder blades go towards the hands. And the feet go towards the thighs. As we stretch in our downward dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, let's inhale and exhale. Finding a way for those shoulder blades to go towards your hands, the toes, and energy going up the front of the legs. Feeling our knees, our thigh bones, our hips, and the head very relaxed. The head just leaning between our shoulders. It doesn't have any job here. Finding that engagement in your abdominal muscles, your hips. We hold our downward dog together. And when you're ready, slowly come out of the pose. Very gently, loving yourself. We move back into our child pose or Tadasana on the chair. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. Again, a nice big inhale and exhale. Nice deep inhale, letting all that fresh air come into our body, and exhaling any unneeded tension. And then we're going to move to the side of our chair for warrior pose. So you come to the side of the chair. You set up your front leg. You set up your front leg if you're standing or if you're sitting on a chair. Set up your front leg, making sure that the knee and the ankle are in alignment. You can feel the three parts of your foot underneath the big toe, little toe, and the heel. You can have a nice engagement. The other leg can either be at a V, it can be at an L, or you can bring it straight back, making sure that the foot is at more of a 45-degree angle. We put our hands on our waist as we look towards the front of the room. And then slowly using our elbows, we bring our arms up. We straighten out our arms. We let our head follow the front leg. We want the weight to be evenly balanced between both thighs. So finding that, engaging your pelvis, letting the shoulder blades come down. Now look over my front arm, top of my front hand. This is our warrior pose. Sending out our love and warrior to everybody today on Valentine's Day together. And finding that part of the body that you love, as Herman mentioned. Finding what you love, paying attention to that. I can stand strong, hold myself up, and show myself to the world. And I slowly flip over my front arm and hand and let that arm come up and the other arm come down by joining peaceful warrior. Allowing my body to find this flexibility, whatever it may be right now. Breathing in from the top of the fingertips of the upper arm, the bottom of the fingertips of the lower arm. Together, let's inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Now send your wish out to the universe. And then come back to your warrior pose. Let the front arm come down the inside of the leg. The other hand can either be at the waist or going to be behind you, which really is a nice thing for your shoulders. We go into a side angle pose. So feeling the side of my body, the long part of my body getting stretched, feeling my side ribs, taking in all this nice oxygen. They inhale and exhale. Filling myself up with fresh oxygen for all of my cells. And then exhaling and letting go. And then following this path from the top of my head as I inhale, all the way down to my outstretched foot and toes as I exhale. So let's inhale and exhale. And holding our side angle pose together. Letting the head relax, the eyes smile, relax your jaw. Press into both feet. Feeling the strength in my body, these muscles that are working today. All these ligaments that we're stretching. They're just so happy that we're doing this work together. And then we slowly begin by releasing our hands, letting them come back to our warrior pose. And then bringing the arms slowly down. And then bringing the legs back to the front. And a nice deep inhale and exhale. Check in the shoulders, do a little shoulder roll here. I always find I want to add more tension when I'm doing things. So release the shoulders. Just feeling that letting go. And then go to the other side of your chair. Set up your front leg, making sure that the knee is over the ankle. You can feel the 3 points of your foot. The other leg is free to move either into a V, an L, or back into a long stretch with my foot at about a 45-degree angle. Letting my weight go between both thighs. I'm nice and balanced here. The hands on my waist, facing the front of the room. Starting with my elbows, let my elbows lead my arms up. And then stretch my arms out and let my head follow the front leg here in my warrior pose. Finding those shoulder blades, letting them release down the back. Pressing on the 3 points of my feet. Finding that balance, finding that strength, that stability in my warrior pose. And it's your warrior pose. So wherever you land today, here, it feels good for you. If the arms are too much, then you bring the arms down to the waist. You do what feels good for you. We breathe into this beautiful warrior pose together. Let's inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Slowly letting my front arm come down to the inside of my thigh. The other arm can be at your waist, it can be behind your back, or it could be above your head. You find out what's good for you for side angle pose. I'm going to show it behind my back. It opens up my shoulder that way. And then I hold myself in a side angle pose. Breathing into those side ribs. We don't get much chance to open ourselves up here, so this is just wonderful. We're opening ourselves up, allowing that oxygen to come in and come out. And then you can close your eyes for a little bit here and just feel what you feel. I feel the strength in my thighs as I hold myself up. And I find some flexibility in my toes, my heels. My shoulder feel good. And let's take 2 deep inhale and exhales here together. So we inhale. And exhale. Again, I invite you to inhale and exhale. And release the arms. Bring the body back up to warrior. Let them down and then come back to your Tadasana. You can wiggle those hips a little bit, the arms, whatever you need is going to feel good right now. Yes. There you go, a little dance to our yoga. All right, very good. All right, then we're going to move into the final pose that I'm going to be sharing today, which is going to be a sitting tree pose. Again, I welcome you to do your own standing if you would like. If we're sitting, we're going to make sure that we are sitting, feeling our sits bones on the front of our chair. And that you decide on what leg is going to be your standing leg, and you engage that. Engage the 3 points of your foot. Engage in the whole leg. And then the other leg is an opportunity here to come out to the side, come out in front of the other foot, come cross over, or if you can bring it up to the top of your thigh. And if you're doing a standing pose, you can follow what you know is a standing pose for it. And then when you're ready, bringing your hands to your heart center. And the elbows come out, fingertips each touch each other here. And you can keep your tree pose right there, or you can slowly bring your arms up, whatever's comfortable for you today. Finding your expression of tree. Making sure that the head is level. And then find a place in front of you that you can look at. It's called a dritsi. And it's a place that I'm putting my eyes at, just slowly. Maybe my eyes look out there. Not anything too directly. Just finding a focal point. And breathing in to my tree pose. Feeling strong, feeling stable, feeling connected. So my feet are pressing into the earth, and the crown of my head is going towards the heavens. When we're ready, we slowly begin by bringing our hands down to our heart center, releasing our legs back to Tadasana, shaking out our shoulders. Taking a nice deep breath here, in and out. Wiggling your toes. Yep. And then honoring the other side of our body and doing the same thing. So engaging the foot and the standing leg. The abdominal muscles, shoulder blades down. Your foot comes to where it's going to be in its tree pose today on this side of the body. When you're ready, you can bring your hands together to your heart center. You can stay here or whatever is right for you today. You find your expression of tree today, finding a focal point in front of you, breathing in and breathing out. Now your trees look very beautiful. Let's release our hands and release our legs. Release our feet. Shake them out a little bit. Your shoulders. And let's get ready for our final pose today, Savasana with Asha.
Thank you, Colleen. I'm going to stay upright because otherwise I'll fall asleep, but I invite you to find a comfortable place. And traditionally, Shavasana is absorbed laying down. Colleen will also be demonstrating Shavasana on a chair. So bringing some support maybe under your head, whether it's a blanket or a pillow or some such thing. And a little support under your knees might be nice too. The Shavasana inspired by the practice of yoga nidra, which just means yoga sleep. So tucking yourself in as though you're ready to take a little nap. Yes, you can lay on one side, totally welcome. If you do lay on one side, having the knees drawn in a little bit, maybe some support between the knees is nice. So take a few moments, you might close your eyes and just sort of wiggle through the hips, wiggle through the legs. It can be nice to bring the feet just a little bit wider than the hips. As you take a few moments just to soften the tongue, invite the tongue to land behind the bottom row of teeth. And maybe take a few nice long exhales out the nose or out the mouth. Noticing if there's anywhere in the body that could have a little bit more support or could relax a little bit more into that support beneath you. Inviting yourself to soften the eyes, eyelids, and eyelashes. Smoothing and softening all the muscles around the eyes that squeeze when you squint. softening like honey warmed in the sun. Inviting the breath to slow as you breathe yourself here, absorbing the practice that you've received, the love that you are. And noticing wherever you are, with eyes gently closed, the support under left hand. Left elbow, left shoulder. Noticing too the space around left side of body. And sending awareness out, perhaps through sense of sound. Noticing the farthest point in the distance that you can hear to that left side. Beyond the wall. Sound is vibration. And then breathing awareness a little bit closer. To notice the sounds. Over to that left side that are close to you, perhaps in the room that you are practicing and resting. And breathing awareness over to that right hand side, noticing the support. The connection of your body to that support. And the primary support of the earth beneath us all. And take in 2 full, complete cycles of breath, just giving yourself permission to be supported. And then radiating awareness out through that right side of body. The farthest points in the distance that you can hear. Radiating awareness, loving awareness. And as you inhale, just calling your awareness a little bit closer, perhaps within the boundary of building wall, continuing to absorb that right side of body. And beginning to draw awareness into the heart center, into the chest as you breathe. As you inhale, perhaps noticing the expansion of the chest with fresh oxygen. And the exhale that releases the body, releases the chest and the back, the shoulders down. And taking a few inhales as you inhale, really radiating awareness out. Sensing into the space around you in which there's the many ways that the universe and the earth wishes to love you. Each exhale, drawing that in close to you, nourished in your heart, nourished in your body. Through the breath, we receive that which is the universe, that which is other, that which is outside of ourselves. We are given life through that current of breath, through that gift. With each exhale, you take that which is within you and offer it to the space around you. This reciprocal loop of love, of life. Connecting us to the earth, the more than human world. And to each other as members of the same human family. Following that current of the breath, about 3 more cycles. Sensing into the subtle, becoming receptive. And having filled up your cup with no need in this moment to outpour, yet sensing into the subtle knowing that you have more to give, having given yourself this. Beginning to breathe into the hands and into the toes. Touching the body through the breath with love, with awareness. And as it feels right for you to do so, gradually stretching, wiggling, awakening. Perhaps offering a few full, complete cycles of breath from fingers to toes, circulating, loving life presence into all the cells of your body. Any movements that feel good to you, perhaps drawing knees, a little bend in knees, or maybe knees into chest. Maybe rocking them side to side a few times, just reawakening the spine. Taking your time, I never want to come back either. And some yawns and some stretches when it feels right for you. Just gradually maybe pressing to one side and rolling up into a seat. Just finding your way into some version of an upright posture. And we wanted to close today with a poem by Louise Hayes. And it's called I Am Connected to All. So I am connected to all. I am spirit, love, energy, vibration, color, love.
I am so much more than I gave myself credit for. I am connected with every person on the planet and with all of life.
I see myself healthy, whole, and living in a society where it is safe for me to be who I am and to love one another.
I hold this vision for myself and for all of us. For this is a time of healing and making whole. I am part of that whole. I am one with all life. And so it is.
Bringing hands into heart center. We are so grateful for all of you. And we'll namaste together. Taking 3 cycles of breath, just absorbing that into your heart as we absorb each other and the whole. Namaste. Woo! So thank you so much for joining us. We had so much fun. Speaking from, that was amazing. Thank you, each one of our members that are here. We have 2 other collective members who weren't able to join us today, and we welcome you to check out our schedule, check out our website. I was going to pull it up, but I can't find it. Oh, so we are here for all of you. We are here for the people. We look forward to continuing offering wellness practices, yoga, meditation. We offer based on what people are asking for. So we love your feedback, and we can't wait to see you on the mat or on the chair. So check us out at sacredunionwellnesscollective.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Yeah, so much love to you all. Woo-hoo!